We are doing another one of our great wrestling reviews. This time we are reviewing 2024 Survivor Series War Games. All right, so gentlemen, let's begin. With the first match was the Women's War Games, captained by Rhea Ripley of Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, Bayley defeated. Liv Morgan was the captain, and Rachel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. What do we think about the match?
The first 10 to 15 minutes of this, I gotta be honest with you, it was pretty bad. Really bad.
It was dreadful.
Yeah.
They were really tentative with everything. Everything looked choreographed. They were slow. Nia Jax's chair shots were WCW Hulk Hogan-esque.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people tweeting that.
But I will say, once War Games happened, it was actually pretty smooth. They had a lot of good spots consecutively in a row that were actually very well done. So I thought the second half of this match was actually quite good. I would say one big moment from the match was, of course, Io Sky's moonsault off the top of the cage along with Tiffany Stratton. I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't really care for that spot. This is the second year they've done it in a row with Io Sky. I'm going to be that guy. I don't like the spots like that. There's too much waiting around. Like, they're all watching you put the trash can on and then jumping off. Like, I don't like it.
I'm being honest. I need a break from War Games.
I'm kind of with you. I mean, they've got some good ones. Like, okay, the men's one worked a little bit better. The female, I felt they kind of threw it together.
But you're right. As far as the story going into this one, not very good. This was the match I was least looking forward to. I mean, because really the only story is between Liv and Rhea. There's not too much of the others involved.
Sure. Well, and even some of the people, like Candice LeRae, you just needed a villain. You just needed a heel, and so we just threw her in. At least Nia Jax Tiffany makes sense because Nia, the whole passion. I know they wanted to do that moment of, oh, Liv Morgan's down. Nia Jax down. Is Tiffany going to cash in? You know, that whole cash in. But other stuff, I think it was still a good match. It just didn't hit like the other. Like, I don't think the storytelling was there as like the other one.
No, the outcome was what we expected. I knew Rhea would pin Liv. Not that that's always a bad thing, but I will give them credit, though. That finish, though, I thought looked really good. Putting Liv through the table, Riptide through the table. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was good. Nia, unfortunately, had like a rough night.
Yeah, well, look, okay, well, you and I questioned the strategy of Nia going first. That's your workhorse. You want her at either the 3 spot or the 5 spot.
It came back to Hana.
Hey, calm down. Hey, we're going to chill. You had to go with Nia because you didn't have the advantage. So you had to go with somebody who can hold their own, and Nia Jax could hold her own.
Raquel could do that.
The stamina, though.
You want Nia in there when everyone else is tired. That way she can just clean house.
Yeah.
I question the strategy from your girl Liv. That was poor strategy.
Yeah.
Hey, playing the long game.
Cost them the match.
The long game. First of all, calm down. I was going to say, there were some cool things. I think they did also try and allude to, like, does Bianca trust Bayley, everything? Is there tension? Because do they all trust each other? Do they not? I think it was interesting that they got the advantage because they were the faces. I thought surely the heels would get the advantage, but,
they usually do.
Triple H likes to switch it up.
What'd you think about Rhea Ripley's face mask? Look kind of neat.
It was neat, but it was like the horns were kind of dangerous. Because she kept it on for a while.
The same guy who made Bray Wyatt's Fiend mask made that one.
I did like the faces getting the one up on the heels by handcuffing Raquel.
It's a good way to protect Raquel, too, with the new Sheezel gimmick.
Sheezel. Yeah, I like Sheezel.
So, well done. Probably, though, the worst match of the night, just because the first around half of it was pretty dreadful.
Yeah, the last 5, maybe 10 were quite good.
The other one just has so much more story to it than this one. But I'm with you. If they want to take a break from War Games next year, I wouldn't mind it. I'd be fine with it. All right, let's go into our next match. Coming in with 9 minutes, 45 seconds. Was the United States title, Vitamin J's guy, Shinsuke Nakamura, defeating L.A. Knight. For the U.S. title.
Finally got our due.
You're having a good time right now. Shinsuke came out with his second new entrance music in 2 days. He came up with one on SmackDown, then another one at Survivor Series. But this one was better. It fit this version of Shinsuke a lot better. And the entrance, we got to talk about the entrance. It was perfection, A+. I think Jacob has some other superlatives.
Phenomenal. Amazing.
You said aura?
A ton of infinite. It's infinite.
Are you also excited because this U.S. title run will actually be something? rather than Vince's. I'm going to give him the belt, but I'll do nothing with him.
I don't want to get my hopes up, man. I'm just trying to enjoy it right now. We'll see what happens. But if we can keep it for a few months, I'll be happy.
You'll get it to Royal Rumble. But look how good Triple H has done with these mid-card titles. Every time they change hands, it's a big moment. When Shinsuke won, the crowd popped. They were shocked. I don't know why they were shocked. I picked Shinsuke to win in our scorecards. It wasn't shocked to me.
It's because Shinsuke fans like me are so used to being disappointed.
After the entrance happened, I turned to Jacob. I said, I feel a lot better about my pick. I knew he was going to win after that.
I did like the layout of the match was pretty interesting. It's like Shinsuke had basically an answer for everything LA Knight was doing. Now it was back and forth, but it just ended up Shinsuke just took advantage of. He slammed LA Knight's head on the metal grating between the rings for War Games.
Yeah, I saw some people say this match was not very good. I thought this was a solid match. I mean, it's not like a 4 or 5 star or anything, but it wasn't bad at all. And they can go back to this. The feud may not be over. They could run this back and it'd be just fine. And LA Knight losing, he won't lose any momentum by losing the title. He's going to be just fine. He doesn't need the title. If anything, they might move him up to the main event.
Well, I also think Triple H kind of reminding us, yes, you can lose titles. Also, I think Shinsuke, when him coming back and challenging it, he's had some really good stuff. They've really built him well that a lot of fans have waited for.
Yeah, to get this version of Shinsuke over, you can't have him lose this match right out the get-go. It's done. What's the point of even bringing him back with this new character and new mist or whatever if he's just going to lose? So, winning the match, I think it's going to be the right call.
I'm very interested to see where they go from here.
Yeah, me too. Saw some people say that you can't make Shinsuke over at this point. He's kind of in the Dolph Ziggler phase where he's just not getting over anymore. That's bull. Triple H can do it. Late stage Vince McMahon, okay, yeah, no, it's not happening. But Triple H, he made people care about Bronson Reed. 3 or 4 months ago, no one gave a damn about Bronson Reed. Now he gets reactions coming out. So he can totally do that with Shinsuke, especially with this new evil stuff he's got going on.
Loved it.
Good title change. Also reminds us people can lose the title.
Yeah, I'm glad I know it's still one of the big 4, but that's like one thing where Triple H is booking. It's like most of the time title changes aren't taking place unless it's on the big shows, unless you're like the tag titles.
It made sense because we kind of knew all the other ones. The only other one was like maybe Tiffany Stratton cashes in on Nia was the only other one, but we kind of knew that they're not changing hands. Like, there's no way. This was the only one. I want to go next into our Intercontinental Triple Threat match. It was the champion retaining Braun Breaker, beating Sheamus and Ludwig.
Sheamus loves putting bangers in these Triple Threat Intercontinental title matches.
I saw some people online say that Sheamus may have the best catalog for triple threat matches, and he just might.
He might.
I did look into it, but he definitely has a good resume, I tell you that much. But during this match, I think we all knew Braun Breaker was going to win. But I do think they did a good job throughout the match of giving you the little glimmer of hope that Sheamus was going to win, so that way he could win his first Intercontinental title. I thought they did a good job of maybe making you believe it for half a second and made what seemed to be predictable at least a little more interesting.
Braun Breaker had one of the best shoulder tackles I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's got some springs. And then that spear, too, to Ludwig Kaiser. I mean, he has some bunnies on that one, too.
Well, I think this feud has done a good thing keeping Braun Breaker there, but also Ludwig kind of separating him from Imperium and letting him have his own run that actually, like, now you can see him as a singles person, especially now that there is an elevation of the mid-card titles.
Yeah, they sure do.
For me, I think it was a pretty good match. It was kind of obvious Sheamus was going to eat the pin. He's at that stage, you know. He's just here to help the guys out, but
I do think he will win an Intercontinental title. This wasn't the time yet. Braun Breaker, he can't have 2 short reigns with the title. He's got to have the second one be a little bit longer. But I think this little mini feud they got going on between the 3 of these guys has done a good job to put over Ludwig too, because he's starting to get over a little bit as a single star now, and he's been putting on competitive matches with Sheamus, and they've been pretty good matches too, so I've been pretty impressed with him lately.
Yeah, I like that he hasn't been like a chicken shit heel, just more of a strategic opportunist. Like, because if Vince was bugging him, he'd be a chicken shit heel.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a good match. It might even be the best one of the night, depending on what you think of the War Games match.
All right. We're going to go into our 4th match, coming in with 19 minutes, 20 seconds. It is none other than the Ring General, Gunther, defeating Damian Priest.
It's a good match, but it did suffer from it was kind of like the Intercontinental title where the result is just obvious. Because there was just no way that I could see them putting the belt back on Priest. Not that Priest was a bad champion. It's just where do you go from there?
And there were a couple things I didn't like. Going into this match, they've been making Gunther on Raw seem to be unsure and like doubting himself. And that whole storyline, it didn't seem to play a factor in the match at all. Gunther just acted his normal self.
There was no moment in the match where like Gunther looked unsure of himself.
Yeah, so it made these recent weeks of story kind of meaningless in that respect. Not that I like Gunther being presented that way anyway, but still, if you're going to do it, you might as well commit. Another thing I didn't like, I knew it was possible that Finn Balor was going to interfere. The ending was very similar to their other match they had, where Finn costed him that match too. So that's a little repetitive, and I don't think I want or really care to see Finn versus Damian Priest at this point.
I mean, I had a feeling he was going to because I didn't think they're going to end it like that.
I did like Gunther putting the boost of Balor even after helping him. Which, of course, has led to now they're going to wrestle each other at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, give Gunther an easy win, whatever.
But you do use it to springboard other things because, again, probably Damian's going to maybe cost Finn Balor, and then they're going to fight at Royal Rumble or WrestleMania to keep that rivalry going.
I don't know if I can take that feud that long.
No, please no.
Yeah, if it's told right.
He's been feuding with Judgment Day for like a year already.
Can we just get rid of the Judgment Day?
The longest I can go is Royal Rumble. That's as far as I can go.
All right. Let's go into our final match. It is none other than the men's War Game match. It was the OG Bloodline, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, the original Tribal Chief, the only Tribal Chief, his right hand, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn, and CM Punk joining the team, defeating this fake bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, the Werewolf, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed fit in like a glove with fake bloodline. I thought he fit the group, so I like that story coming into this, and the story with CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman coming in. So there's a lot of juice, and we've had to, Solo been feuding with Roman for a while now, so we finally get to see what happens when you get the real bloodline versus this fake-ass bloodline.
Also, Jey Uso has started the last 3 War Games. He's always started the match.
It's good to know for next time I fill out a scorecard. Where were you when I was filling that out?
I wasn't going to tell you that. Why am I going to help you?
I put Jimmy.
Points. No, I knew it was Jake.
I also liked how Jimmy was second to give us a little Uso reunion.
And also how they replayed the spot of when Solo stopped. Was it Bronson he stopped? Yeah, sent.
No. He stopped Tonga Loa and then he sent Jacob in. When he paused Tonga Loa and said Jacob Fatu come in, the crowd was like, oh shit, here we go. To put Jacob Fatu in a 3 spot, that's a good pick. That's good strategy, Solo. I'll give you that. They've done a great job with Solo. Oh, not with Solo. Jacob Fatu. Every time he's in the ring, the crowd's like, oh, some shit's about to happen. Like he's already there. Not main event yet, but he got the potential.
He could if they wanted him to right now. He couldn't be in the main event.
But the stuff he does that you should not, like again, when he pops people up and does a Samoan slam, 2-handed, which is always beautiful, by the way. It's a beaut.
Oh, speaking of that, Nia had some in the War Games match. She had a couple good Samoan drops too, so shout out. And I'm not sure where they go with Solo from here. Do you think they go one-on-one, a match officially end it with Roman?
I think so. I think you do the one-on-one at main event, and then you have The Rock come back. Yeah, I think this match had good spots. Also, when Roman came in, they locked the cage, so Roman had to climb up the cage and then to get in.
Wasn't too much of a deterrent.
Yeah, I think they had some cool spots. I didn't mind the table, the Bronson Reed when CM Punk saved Roman from Bronson Reed. I mean, that was a lot of man.
Bronson Reed is a mad lad to agree to do that, dude.
Well, apparently he got hurt doing it too, so.
Well, it looked great.
I liked the back and forth between Roman and CM Punk. Blocking CM Punk from coming in.
Then CM Punk cutting him off when he was going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you had that spot where everybody was down and Roman didn't help pick up CM Punk. Paul Heyman had to run out there and tell him to work together.
That was good. The crowd got into it too when Heyman came out.
I like Solo was cornered by everybody, and you're like, okay, Roman's like, all right, you can be accepted back in the family. All can be forgiven. And then he's like, nah, man, I'll fight my way out of this. And everybody got their finisher.
Yeah, I did like that, where Solo was surrounded by everybody, and he
Mm-hmm.
he went down defiantly, but he went down.
Mm-hmm. There was one spot that was messed up when Roman Reigns speared CM Punk.
Yeah.
He did hesitate
Yeah.
a little bit.
He did.
He hesitated on that.
It
like,
wasn't a
"Ooh."
little bit. It was a lot. It was missed.
okay.
It
it was
looked
pretty
it
noticeable.
looked very intentional.
Yeah, but they weren't nearly as tentative like the women were in the beginning of their match. They told a great story throughout this whole match. I think each person in the match played their part well.
True. And I think, when you saw the Bloodline again winning, the OG Bloodline, bring you back to the last time when they had the ones in the air. And now the question is, what is that favor that is owed?
I think it
What
might
is
be
that favor?
I think it might be a match with Roman.
I'll be down for
So-
that. I don't know they're going to rush into Roman Reigns for CM Punk. They may wait till after WrestleMania to do that.
Yeah.
Triple H does long-term storytelling, so he could sit on this for a few months.
He can.
We still don't know what The Rock handed Cody Rhodes.
Yep. We might find out soon.
Speaking of The Rock, I saw a lot of people were disappointed that The Rock didn't show up at the end. I'm like, guys, you cannot expect this huge return every single Survivor Series. CM Punk did it last year, sure. But, I mean, to expect it every year, you get a little spoiled, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Was I hoping he was? Yeah, I was, but
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed he wasn't.
Mm-hmm. He knows what he's doing right now. He's hitting, especially with this storyline. So, I mean, we get into a little bit of the Raw. Somebody beat up Jay. We don't know who.
No, we know.
Well, we found out at the
Yeah, we don't know.
very end. We found out at the very end, which that's interesting. That's a storyline right there.
I wonder who he's going to come back and feud with. Maybe he'll do a quick thing with Sami Zayn, but I wonder what the bigger story to tell with him is at this point. Are you going to go back to the Bloodline stuff? I feel like he's going to be too involved with The Rock and Solo for a while, so I don't think that's where they go. So I'm interested to see what they do with him. But I was glad to see him come back. The Raw has needed Drew McIntyre, even though this week's Raw actually was really, really good.
That Raw was pretty good.
Yeah. Also with Seth.
Yeah, Seth and CM Punk. See, that's another long-term story. They've been telling this story since CM Punk returned. Seth Rollins has interrupted CM Punk like 5 times now.
Yeah.
So they've constantly built this up.
Yeah, so, I feel a good show. It was a good War Games. I'm surprised because this is the second year in a row that both the face teams won. I think this is actually the third year in a row. Also, gentlemen, this wasn't that long of even though it was a major 4, it wasn't that long of a pay-per-view.
Philip, I left Jacob's house around 9:30. What a treat.
Maybe some other companies need to take a hint. Not every pay-per-view needs to drag that. Sorry, not pay-per-view, PLE. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it. Not everyone needs to be dragged out sometimes. Sometimes you can just go quick. You can go have some matches and call it a day.
This was a solid pay-per-view, not my favorite of the year or anything, but it's still solid. And we didn't even have Cody Rhodes, the number 1 champion. And it was still good.
Nope.
This is how deep they are right now.
Running deep. All right. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Please comment below. Let us know what you thought. Any predictions you have, let us know below. My name's Legacy.
And I'm Max.
Vitamin J.
And may the discussions begin. See you all.